Having even a modest cash cushion puts you ahead of a surprisingly large share of the population. Federal Reserve data shows that a significant portion of Americans couldn't handle a small surprise expense without stress. That reality highlights a broader issue. Many people struggle not because they earn too little, but because their financial habits quietly work against them. Being financially healthy isn't about luxury or status. It's about consistency, restraint, and awareness. Someone can earn an average income and still feel stable if they make intentional choices, avoid repeat mistakes, and understand how their money moves in and out. The opposite is also true. High earners can feel perpetually broke if their decisions lack structure. So what patterns most often trap people in financial stagnation, and how can they be avoided? Let's walk through them. I focus on helping people understand money, personal finance, and investing. If you want to strengthen your financial foundation, consider subscribing and supporting the channel if this is useful to you. No clear direction. Money decisions without a destination tend to drift. Without defined financial objectives, it's impossible to prioritize actions like increasing income, reducing debt, or reclaiming time. Goals act as a reference point. They give your choices context. A target like eliminating debt within 3 years or reaching a specific savings number creates something measurable. Once the endpoint exists, daily decisions start aligning naturally. Without that clarity, effort is scattered, and progress is accidental rather than intentional. If financial stability matters to you, the first step is identifying exactly where you want to end up, and by when. No emergency buffer. Unexpected costs aren't rare, they're inevitable. Yet many people are unprepared for even small disruptions. Vehicle repairs, medical bills, or income interruptions don't wait for convenience. Without reserves, emergencies get financed through high-interest debt, compounding the original problem. The issue isn't just the surprise expense, it's the long-term drag created when that expense turns into interest payments. Preparing in advance isn't pessimism, it's insulation. No spending awareness. A common trait among those who feel stuck financially is a lack of visibility. Without tracking income and expenses, money tends to disappear without explanation. Budgeting often gets dismissed as restrictive, but in reality, it's a diagnostic tool. It reveals patterns, leaks, and priorities. Without it, people guess, and guessing usually underestimates spending. Understanding where money actually goes is uncomfortable at first, but it's one of the fastest ways to regain control. Short-term thinking. Many justify poor financial habits by framing them as living in the moment. While it's true that constant sacrifice isn't healthy, ignoring the future entirely creates its own costs. The goal isn't deprivation, it's balance. Enjoying life now while still preparing for what comes next requires foresight, not denial. Long-term security and present enjoyment don't have to be opposites if decisions are made intentionally. Costly routines. Expensive habits aren't limited to the wealthy. Small, repeated choices often drain more resources than people realize. Daily conveniences, frequent dining out, or recurring indulgences add up quickly. Individually, they seem harmless, but collectively, they can consume the very money people claim they don't have for investing or saving. When finances are tight, consistency matters more than scale. Harmful debt borrowing can either build or erode financial stability. Debt that produces income or appreciates in value differs fundamentally from debt used to fund consumption. Financing depreciating items creates a double loss, interest payments combined with declining value. It also enables purchases that exceed actual affordability, masking the problem until the payment becomes a burden. There's a reason the saying exists: wealth grows by earning interest, not paying it. Status spending. A desire for validation drives many poor financial decisions. Buying to impress others delivers only temporary satisfaction and long-lasting consequences. The image fades quickly, but the financial impact remains. Chasing approval through spending often delays real progress and creates pressure that compounds over time. It's a transaction with a very poor return. Neglecting self-investment. One of the most effective financial habits is also one of the most ignored. Prioritizing yourself financially. Wealth isn't built by saving leftovers, it's built by consistently directing money toward productive use before it has a chance to be spent elsewhere. Automation helps remove emotion and hesitation from the process. Money left idle tends to vanish unnoticed. Money assigned a purpose works quietly in the background. The underlying issue isn't a single mistake, it's a pattern. Repeated, unexamined choices slowly shape outcomes. While circumstances vary and exceptions exist, behavior plays a dominant role. The encouraging part is this: habits can change, and with enough time and consistency, comfort is achievable for far more people than they realize.